What's up, motherfucker?
Hold on, I hope y'all watching this shit.
First round, real quick.
People that are in those training rooms with him know how good he is.
Because he just knocks dudes out real quick in the first round.
Yeah, but now we're gonna get a good. I might fuck with this guy. He just, to me, I thought he was a con artist, just based off his look.
They're edge. Holy shit! What the hell just happened?
What's up, motherfuckers? Welcome to G.W.R. Gonzo's Wrestling Room. Joined today by Tony Gonzalez, and we have special guest, the curator, the marvelous Mr. Bell. How's it going, man?
Thank you, Gonzo's Sports Room. Thank you, Gonzo's Wrestling Room. Thank you for having me on. It is going, can I say, marvelous. How about you guys?
I'm doing good. A little tired from staying up so late watching that WrestleMania last night.
You know, curation never stops, and you can never stop. There is no tired because, you know, everything keeps going. There's always things to do. I know that you guys are out there doing your thing for professional wrestling, especially in this Midwest scene. And tired should not be a thing because you never stop. You never stop going. We're always doing something, right?
Yep. Nice comment in there, but yeah. Unfortunately, we can't go to the big show you got coming up this weekend.
I mean, that is because you guys are super busy guys, because you are out there doing your thing, you're grinding, you're hustling, and I completely understand. You guys will be out there doing your thing, but I will be out there doing my thing in Kokomo at the Carver Community Center. As you guys have talked about a little bit. You had a hog farmer that I'm not very happy with at the moment. And he talked a little bit about that. And that's what this is, though, right? It's all love for professional wrestling, and no matter where anyone is, right? If you love professional wrestling, go support indie wrestling. Go support a show. Keep that intensity off this huge weekend we just had as, fans and creators and, lovers of this that we're in, right?
It's like the greatest week of the year for wrestling fans.
Christmas. It's wrestling Christmas.
You get the Raw before Mania, get NXT Mania, 2 days now, and then now you get Raw tonight, after Mania, which you know is going to be awesome. That's not counting all the independent shows and stuff that went on in Dallas this week. There was a show last night that started like at midnight last night, right after the Mania.
Yeah, that was my point. It's not just WWE out there. WWE put on first of all, WWE put on 2 amazing shows, I think. And I know we're out there sometimes, if you're a follower of me and you listen to myself and, Mr. House, the director, on In Your House, we try not to give WWE
great podcast.
Shit.
It's a great podcast. Go check it out.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. We try not to give WWE too much shit, but it's hard not to, right? But they just gave us 2 amazing nights, and they gave us reasons why we love wrestling. And then on top of that, we had all of the indie scenes, every show that was going on, whether it was your ROH, the super cards, or anything else. You know, I saw people from this scene out there in Dallas doing their thing. Unfortunately, I was not out there to curate, but that my time will come, my time will be there. But man, I'm so happy for professional wrestling. I'm so happy for the scene that we have here.
Mr. Bell, where would you rate this past WrestleMania? What would you rate it? I mean, as far as all the WrestleManias go, you think it's a top? Do you think it's a top 5?
Yeah, I give it a high 9, like on a 10-point scale.
Yeah, I mean, like I was listening to a show earlier today, Busted Open, Bully Ray and Dave LaGreca, and Dave LaGreca thinks it's a top 5 WrestleMania of all time.
Dave LaGreca is a mark. And
he's usually a mark for AEW.
Usually he's a mark for AEW, but like, you know, like I like to go back and watch. I'm a student, right? I'm a student of wrestling. I need to go back and watch a couple more times.
Yeah.
To really give my assessment on is this a top 5? Because, you know, we get in trouble by jumping in on things too quickly. So like I got to go back and assess it. The one thing right now though is I loved the weekend. And it also helped rejuvenate my creative mind for curation of wrestling, and like I love it.
I agree with that assessment. I really loved it. You know, Cody came in as Cody, you know, so I think that's really cool. I think that's really big for the industry.
Absolutely.
I think that's really big, and it's also big for other people that's in other companies, maybe AEW, Impact, or whatever. If they prove themselves, they could possibly come in as their character or also. So I think it's a big thing, big deal.
Well, I think there's a huge discussion that you could have upon that, as far as like what the dynamic of like professional wrestling or the landscape, you know, or if there's a dynamic switch between professional wrestling and sports entertainment. Like there's huge conversations that, you know, we can nerd out on, right? Like, in that, but like, just it gave me genuine joy to see Cody back in WWE. And I don't know why, because like for the longest time, I was like, man, he's doing his thing. He's doing his thing. He's doing his thing. Why would he go back? And I'm not like an AEW stan like that. Like I'm just a student of wrestling. Like I love it all. You know, you give me some Egyptian room, you know, wrestling from you know, Ethiopia, and I'll watch it because I want to know. But what this means for like the landscape here, and like what it means for like maybe what WWE sees out of professional wrestling, and what like against perception of what, you know, people think they see out of it. Maybe that'll change. Maybe there's opens more doors. You know, we have all these forbidden doors opening, and maybe now we don't have any doors. They just kind of already broke them all down. So
maybe. That's possible.
Before we move on from WrestleMania, what did you think of the Hall of Fame the night before?
I have only seen bits and pieces of the Hall of Fame. Not gonna lie, I have to go back and watch, because this was just such a busy weekend. I mean, you guys get it, like all over. Even myself, I was back and forth and doing several things. So there's so much wrestling content that I still have yet to consume. I did see some clips from Undertaker. I definitely want to go back and watch and listen to his speech, because I feel like there was probably just knowledge upon knowledge upon knowledge upon knowledge dropped out in that. And
his speech was great.
Yeah, and I am super enthused to see the Steiners, because they super influential in my childhood. You know, just seeing them, you know, in their battles with Harlem Heat back in the day, man. That, you know, thinking of that, like, that brings me back. I was a WCW kid, and, you know, like, that was it. You know.
Let's talk a little bit about AACW.
Let's talk a little bit about AACW. Yeah, I like it. like it.
What do you think of this new venue? Have you had a chance to go check the new venue out, or have you been there before? Is it going to be marvelous?
Well, of course it's going to be marvelous. And you all know that we announced the show. We announced that, we had a new venue, and you can't not think that your curator didn't have a hand in that or two. That's what I do. I am a curator. I make things happen. I am marvelous. And this is going to be a marvelous show at a marvelous new venue. But things happened and things were taken away from me, and I'm not happy. I'm not happy, guys.
Oh yeah. J.H. Hogg took the commissionership from you.
Stupid hog farmer.
And that was, you didn't get to have a meeting or nothing. He done it live on air.
Just give it and take it away. He acts like I didn't do marvelous things for AACW. He acts like I didn't curate the best shows possible for AACW. He acts like it's just his sandbox and he can just take toys and play with them and throw them away and cast them out as he wants. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Who was the guy that he put in charge as a commissioner?
He named my former commentary co-host Leonard Pig, Mr. Pig. And I don't have an ill will to say about Mr. Pig. I don't. He deserves an opportunity. I was going to grant him more opportunities in the future, but this stupid hog farmer, he just took it away from me. He does that. But you know what? I have a plan. I have a plan on April 9th. I have a plan for when we go to the Carver Community Center because it is going to be marvelous. I have a plan. He thinks he can take things away, but you know what? I curate chaos. And what I'm going to do is take the things that he holds dear away. Myself and the Gold Standard, we are going to go into AACW on April 9th. We are going to take everything that J.H. Hogg holds dear. We are going to give it back. He thinks he has power. He does not. The Gold Standard is going to show.
Is the Hawaiian Hitman going to be present with the Gold Standard this weekend?
The Gold Standard should be
fully intact?
Fully intact and marvelously intact now as their newest mouthpiece, their newest ambassador, their newest curator of the cornucopia of careers. Myself, the marvelous Mr. Bell, we will be in full force.
Have you talked to Brody Botkins? Do you know how he is doing?
Brody Botkins is a busy man. I know he's out there. He's out there paving his way. I do stay in contact with Brody Botkins, and he will be there. He has assured me he will be there.
I know he had an injury over the weekend, so I was just wondering how he was doing.
Oh, no, actually, I didn't. I was not aware if he.
From the pictures I saw, he broke his ankle on Friday night.
Oh shit. Well,
just put a monkey wrench in the curator's plans.
Well, the curator can always, change plans. First and foremost, let's give our thoughts and prayers to Brody. I'm sorry that happened. I was not aware. I
saw something on his social media about it over the weekend.
Oh Lord, I will definitely reach out and connect with him and make sure he's okay, and we will go from there. Mind you that as far as the show goes, we will find a solution. We will make a change. We will find a plan, and we will curate on, because that's what we do, and that's what Brody would want us to do, because he's a freight train, and he would want us to go to AACW. He would want us to go to that Carver Community Center, and he would want us to bust down the doors like a freight train and bust down this operation that JH Hogg has, because we're tired of it.
Hey, knowing Brody, he might try to come in there with a hurt ankle. He don't care.
Health before all,
Oh,
Mr. Botkins. Health before all. But yes, you never know, because he himself is a freight train. You don't know where he is going, just where the tracks lead him.
This is a minor setback for the gold standard. You guys will come back stronger. I'm sure you got a plan B, plan C, plan D, and also know that Brody is just a minor setback for him, because I think he's very talented and got some big things to come from him in the future. So,
Brody absolutely does have some great things coming in the future. I know he has some big training plans at some schools going in his future, and this is a small hurdle. He is a tough guy, and he is about his business. I know he will work 200% to come back and to do what he needs to do to live out his dream, because this is his dream. Like, this is real life for him. It's not a joke for him. Like, it's what he wants.
Yeah, definitely. I still predict that there's going to be a huge night for the gold standard this Saturday night at the Carver Center.
Well, of course. I mean, we have Travis Southern, and we have the Hawaiian Hitman, and we have the marvelous Mr. Bell. And although our brother in arms, Brody Botkins, is in peril, we will go forth. We will fight on, and we will give the people of Kokomo, Indiana, a gold standard to attain to.
This building, is it bigger than the last venue?
It is absolutely bigger. Absolutely, a less of an intimate feel than we had at the Alliance Event Center. Shout out to the Alliance Event Center. Much love to there. I feel like that is my home. Just as far as as a wrestling home goes, like, that was my first home, and I can't give enough praise to that event center, to the owners there, for the opportunities that they gave us, because they helped us create this thing that we have going on with AACW. Recreate. I'm sorry, because AACW has been in Kokomo for a long time. Longer than just these past couple of years that have really started to blow back up, but it's been a long-standing promotion here, but this is a great opportunity, an absolute great opportunity. The Carver Community Center is a historical opportunity, or historical place in the city of Kokomo. They've had so many programs that have helped boys and girls to grow, whether it's basketball, cheerleading, fashion shows back in the day. They give the community of Kokomo, and its people, absolute chance and an opportunity and a place to grow and to learn. So, like, the Carver Community Center can't give enough love to them. It is an absolutely great opportunity for AACW and for the wrestlers of AACW to grow. So,
yeah, I went to a couple of the Carver Community Centers. They had barbecue rib festivals down there in Kokomo.
Yeah.
I went to a couple of those a few years ago. So yeah.
That so that is that's been going on for almost decades. I don't want to date myself, because I'm too pretty to do that, but that event has been going on for decades now, and like I said, can't give enough praise to the Carver Community Center. They do the great work for my community here. They are a great place, and they help people grow. So,
Hollywood House says the next manager of the year, Mr. Bell.
I'm just following in that man's footsteps right there. So he knows the path. I'm just following.
Then Marcus Fine said, "Sorry, I'm late getting on," but says, "Hey guys, how's it going, Marcus? Glad you're on here."
Hello, Mr. Fine.
Oh, okay. You got one, Dad?
No, go ahead.
So are you going to be doing any wrestling this weekend, or are you just going to be doing managing?
I will just be representing the gold standard. You know, like I will be doing what I do best because honestly, I'm there to change the culture. I want to change the minds. I want to change the minds of the people that are in attendance at the Carver Community Center because this will be an important moment for AACW. This will be an important time for AACW as we take back. The gold standard takes back. The gold standard makes a statement. The gold standard gives the people of AACW in Kokomo, Indiana, a prototype of what they need to attain to, what wrestling could be, what wrestling is. So right there, like. I will be doing so much. My hands are in every facet of this. But again, guys, I'm not a wrestler. I'm a manager. I am an influencer. That is truly what I am. I am an influencer of the masses. And that's what I'm trying to do for professional wrestling, especially on this Midwest scene. That's what I'm trying to do for the people. I'm just trying to influence them on a path that'll help curate a better culture.
Another comment from Mr. Fine. Picture with Mr. Bell needs to be part of Saturday.
Oh, I absolutely think that we could curate something for that, or like that, Mr. Fine. I love your enthusiasm for professional wrestling. You are an important asset, especially to this area's scene in professional wrestling, and it would be my absolute pleasure to take a picture with you.
And then one more real quick before we move on. Chris Cajas said blah blah blah, more like overrated standard.
See, I used to be a fan of the bulletproof foot. No, I'm not gonna say that one. I used to be a fan of him. Hey, I used to think that he understood the path, that he understood where things goes. But I think at the end of the day, he might just be one of those. We're not gonna say that word either. He might just be one of. He's just a brute. That's what he is. He's a brute. He's just nothing up here, just a brute. Maybe you should listen. Maybe you can learn from this thing that I am trying to curate for your culture, Mr. Chaos, for your culture.
And then Hollywood House says Bell and House for what you call sports entertainers.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We are here. We are grabbing that brass ring of acknowledgement of that realm of wrestling. I said earlier.
I'll tell you what we need to do. Because we're going to have Hollywood back on here soon. But we need to have the Hollywood, the director and the curator on at the same time.
Oh, I definitely don't see a problem with that. I'm sure that the director would be all right with that.
I think that'd be a great show to put together. Get the curator, the director, and G.W.R. all together at the same time.
We'll do an in your house G.W.R. mashup.
Yeah,
we'll put it out there. I like this idea. As the curator of content for in your house, I think I can make this happen. I think I think I can pull on a House's ear a little bit and get this going.
House says that idea sounds like a guaranteed box office hit.
See, he already knows that we are almost two of the same mind. I can't say enough for that, man. Hollywood House Productions, it's more than just a production company. It is a family.
Yeah.
Do you see those men out there? Do you see Sam and Paragon and Hollywood House? They're just out there doing their thing. And soon, they may even have a Midas touch out there. To show and to showcase the people of the scene, the people of professional wrestling. Hollywood House Productions is great things, and I'm happy to be just a part, just a tiny part of that.
Yeah, I really look up to Hollywood. He's helped us a lot. He's came on here a couple times, but not even just that. I can message him or get a hold of him anytime, and he'll answer right back. He's real personable, and I appreciate everything he's done to help us.
Absolutely. I can't say enough about Mr. House. I truly think that, like I said, we are one in the same mind. Just in our conversations that we have, I consider him a brother. Just in the short time that we've interacted and met, but like I cannot say enough about Mr. House. I truly love him.
Yeah, he's a great guy and also a great talent too. So
yes,
I agree 100%.
House said, always glad to help G.W.R. You guys are good brothers.
I have a question real quick. I know the match you got to be looking forward to most is the gold standards match. But what else on this card excites you? Are you really interested in?
I think Chad Cross and Damian DeVille will have a pretty good match. They're kind of tight-lipped on the actual matches that they're having. But I think that will be a great match. And of course, we have Rick Vidal, AACW heavyweight champion. He does not get enough praise out there. He does not get enough of his name out there. People do not know enough about Mr. Vidal. He is representing AACW, and he is our heavyweight champion, and he will be facing Eric the Fallen. And I think that will be a low-key banger match. And how could it not? Because it's our heavyweight championship match.
Yeah, that should be. I'm really sad that we're missing the show that on the 9th. We had prior engagements in Jeffersonville, and it's a big fundraiser. So I was excited to go to that. So, but yeah, I'm really sad to miss because you guys were like we went to, of course, we did DCCW here in town, our hometown. Yes. But the
Shout
next
out
show,
to DCCW, love those guys too. Mike King out there.
Well, actually, that's where we met. The curator was at a DCCW show.
Yes, sir.
And we did you guys' show next after that. So I mean, you guys are kind of a second home in a way, the way I feel about it. But so hopefully we can. We don't have a lot booked in May, so I'm hoping if you guys do a show in May that we can work it out while we're there, and maybe also the future shows.
Well, I tell you what, if April 9th, if it goes the way that I see it going, you will be my first phone call, because then I will take back what is mine. I will take back what I need, the power of AACW. I will get it out of the hands of that stupid hog farmer. I will cast away those like clowns. Because that's what I've done in AACW. You guys have seen it. I've cast away these clowns. I'm gonna cast away this stupid hog farmer. I'm going to cleanse. I'm gonna curate a cleanse for AACW. I'm gonna do these things. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me.
I'm excited about the next time we get to come to AACW show, since you guys are in this bigger building, and not because there's more. I like the intimacy of the last one.
Absolutely.
But now with the higher ceilings, the talent is going to be able to do more things. So I think it's going to make for an even more exciting show, because you guys put on a great show last time, and you can't even. I mean, you couldn't get up on the ropes and do a whole lot of that stuff, but you guys still put on a great show. So I'm really excited about seeing you guys in a more open building where you can do more.
Well, as a curator, I tell myself my only limitations are the ones that I put for myself. So yeah, the last building was very intimate. We had a low ceiling. Things were not as open for people to do certain things. People couldn't really dive off the top rope, or things weren't open. This will be the opportunity to open those things up. We will have more space. We will have a healthy amount of space, and be able to put on actually the talent that ACW has. Will be able to put on more encompassing show, and hopefully it's we take the things that we did from the smaller venue, and we just compound upon those things, because we've shown that we can put on great shows with limitations. So let's right now is the opportunity to take some of those limitations away.
I'm hoping that the crowd follows you guys over there as good as a crowd you guys had at that last show. Because I'll tell you what, as one of the best crowds we've seen out of all the shows we go to. Kokomo was one of the best crowds we've seen.
I'm sorry, Mr. Gonzalez. Hoping, like you're hoping that they're going to follow, because have you seen this face? Do you see this face? Look, I am marvelous. Why would they not follow me? I am a trendsetter. I am an innovator. I am an influencer. Like,
I think they're going to follow. I think they'll follow, but I don't want to jinx anything either. So that's what.
Who would not follow this face? Who would not follow this face?
They're going to follow. There's no doubt in my mind.
I think your guys are going to grow.
Who would not follow an artist like this? Like, do you just think of the things that I'm going to come? I am must see. Because you must see me because I'm marvelous.
Chris, since you started last August, how many shows have we done now? 12, 13, 14?
I think about 15.
15 shows. And like he said, the Kokomo crowd is up there compared to any of them. I mean, you guys fans are fantastic. Really, seriously. I mean, we've seen it because we've traveled all around to 7, 8 different venues, and you guys' crowd, your fan base is amazing.
Big love to our crowd and our fan base. Contrary to popular belief, the curator, he does care. And he does. I do care for those out there, because they are what make this possible for us.
Thank you, Scott. We appreciate that. Scott Larson said, "Love this podcast. Will be a frequent listener."
Absolutely, you should. This is a great podcast. They're important to especially this Midwest Indiana wrestling scene. They are doing absolutely important things for Midwest indie wrestling, and tell your friends.
Appreciate that.
I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
I know I've seen you out on social media at some other places. Looks like the curator's been able to get around to some other promotions. Have you had what's your experiences at the other promotions?
Well, I had to start stepping out and doing my best with other promotions. I am thankful for any and all opportunities. I've started building some things, whether it's through being marvelous, being the curator, or just being Jordan. And I do a lot of things. I've been at BMFX in Lafayette. I will actually be doing double duty on Saturday, and I will be appearing at BMFX in Lafayette with my client Chris, the Alpha Athlete Owens, and I cannot wait for that time. I think the bell time is at 3 o'clock for that. You can check my socials and everything.
When is that? When is that show?
BMFX. It's actually on Saturday, April 9th as well. Yeah, it'll be bell time for that is at 3 or 4 o'clock. So I'll be there.
I thought that one was on the 16th.
Nope.
No, it's Shelbyville. It's on the 16th. Never mind.
Yep.
Shelbyville on the 16th. We'll be in Jeffersonville on the 9th this weekend for Flex for Bubba 2.
Absolutely.
But
you know, the marvelous Mr. Bell, you asked about different promotions and things, and I'm doing my thing. I'm trying to curate for the masses, and as you can see, you know, that's why I'm going to be pulling double duty that day. Be appearing at BMFX with Christopher the Alpha Athlete Owens, and that will be marvelous. I have appeared at HCW North in Mishawaka. And that is an absolute great experience, and I can't wait to go back there. That I got shows coming up there. I will be making my first out-of-state appearance for Us Wrestling in Grand Rapids, Michigan, on April 22nd. And I cannot wait for that because it's an opportunity for me to grow. It's an opportunity for me to be marvelous to other masses out there and the masses in Michigan. So.
Yeah, that sounds great, man. That you're branching out like that. Yeah, BFMX is an excellent promotion.
Yes.
That's a real good promotion.
Yes.
We've done one of their shows and would love to get back there, but unfortunately, last show and this show was the same time as
we're working on maybe a deal.
Yes.
To possibly, since we can't be at the show, we know somebody that's filming the show. We may add commentary to it and air it later. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think you guys you have enough mass appeal. You might be needing to branch out to you know, you have multiple hosts of multiple shows and showcase multiple things. But I understand that takes time, and you guys are curating your brand, and I see it, and you guys see the path, and I think you guys follow it too. You guys understand the work. It takes some time. But you guys will get there. I know you guys will because I see your passion. I see your heart for it. I cannot say enough how important you guys are for right here.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
We're having a lot of fun doing it. I just love it.
I'm not. I'll be honest. Don't get me wrong. This weekend was awesome watching WrestleMania, but I also
felt like a kid again, huh?
But I also missed not being at a show because we've been at a show like every weekend for the last so many weeks. So I kind of missed not being at a show because this was like our first weekend that we hadn't done anything for at least 4 or 5 weeks.
Totally understand. Yeah.
So then this weekend we have 2 shows, Saturday and Sunday this weekend.
Yep.
You gotta love wrestling for that because I don't think it ever stops. And we've just had this rejuvenation, and like. Yeah, man, it's fun to be a wrestling fan. You know, it's just fun to be in this world. It's
just an observation from everything that I've seen so far, like all the different promotions. And what we talked about this on our podcast last week. The talent in Indiana is up there with any state, and if we could get more people to work together like some of the promoters do, and everybody work together and wanted to see everybody rise.
Yeah, well, how do you feel about that?
Indiana would be at the top.
We talked about that. I would like to see some promotions, and it could be different regions, but maybe 3 or 4 promotions get together and put on some super show. I think that would be fantastic. What do you think about that?
Well, we are speaking the same language. I never want to step on any toes of any sort for anyone because, you know, different promotions run differently. And, you know,
everybody has their style.
Yeah, everyone does. But that is my vision. That's my vision for the scene. Like, you know, we have all these shows running, like, you know, simultaneously, like every week. You know, there needs to be a point where we start having like just some super shows, see what this happens, see what we can do, see what kind of buzz we can bring to like this scene for indie wrestling. Just test our waters. Like I think we can compete with different. Honestly, I think the state of Indiana can compete with different brands. Like, you know, you have your OVWs in Kentucky's and things like that, and like that are regionally popular and things like that. And I think if we get together and if a lot of the promotions around here really put their heads together and really use these assets that we have and the talent that we have, like you guys, and like, you know, the just the different talents and different promotions that we have, we could have an absolute super show.
Yeah, just
But that's not to say that we don't already, because promotions like Emerge are fucking my apologies.
You're
fine.
Promotions like Emerge are absolutely like around here, and like they sometimes I don't think they get enough credit because they could be a TV production.
Yes,
you know, they have the capabilities and things like that. And so there's other promotions around here that are right on the cusp for it, you know.
Yeah, because for example, like let's just because we're from Muncie and you're from Kokomo. Say for example, because I know Kokomo's, in my opinion, is a wrestling town. I know Muncie is a wrestling town because I've seen some of the crowds at 2 different promotions here in Muncie, because we have 2. If you if you did a show in Kokomo and featured the Kokomo wrestlers and DCCW wrestlers at a show in Kokomo, and then did vice versa, maybe a month or 2 later, I think you could really draw some big numbers and a lot of interest.
I'd be heartfelt to not agree with you, man. Like, because I think we could. I think we have the energy that we could do it. You know, my name's not Cody, and you're not Dave Meltzer, but you know, I'd put a bet on it.
Yeah, I think you got 2 promoters there that could work together.
Yeah, absolutely, and you know, Mike King and Shane, they go back they go way back. Yeah, so I think there's a vision there. I think the rest of us see that. I just think sometimes we're just waiting on them to be like, hey, let's do this thing.
Yeah, I would like to see stuff like that. I think it would add to the business. I really do.
I agree.
Scott Larson said I so agree. We've been trying to get shows around here in North Carolina to work together, make like a mini territory.
Yeah, I think there is like, and then there is a renaissance in professional wrestling right now. If y'all don't already see it, like we saw it with it didn't start with it did start with AEW, but it's not done.
Yeah.
Like, and it, like, you guys see like how big this business is, and like, yeah, I think that there's a new time for territories, because like, you know, we have these feeder systems now. We have multiple feeder systems, like big feeder systems. You know, the time for territories is kind of now, because who's going to feed to those Impacts? Who's going to feed to those ROHs? Who's going to feed to those AEWs, to those WWEs as they're looking for talents? Like, they're going to want to pick from pools that are there, you know, like, because the wrestling world is getting big now, bigger now. You know, it's, you know, bigger than it has been in years past, but, you know, as big as it was, you know, decades ago, you know. It's weird how all this is cyclical, but it all works. Like, and if we all put our heads together and put our minds together, we can curate something great.
Another thing I think that needs to be done more is just communicate with each other. The promoters, like, if you know somebody's having a show this Saturday and your town's 15, 20 minutes away from them, don't do your show on the same night. Help each other out.
I think
always do that, but sometimes it's.
I think there could be. I think there could be a little bit more communication as far as the scene goes. But I don't want to nitpick, because like, you know, what's great is that, like, it's great that, like, there's shows here in this town and there's shows here in that town, you know, because if you can fill a, you know, 300 to 500 people, whatever, you know, in a room to watch some wrestling in Kokomo, and you can also do it in Muncie, and you can also do it in Jeffersonville. You can do it all simultaneously. That is absolute love for the world of professional wrestling, and you know, we don't want to knock that. But you know, as I'm growing in this world of professional wrestling, and as the curator of chaos, I have to also realize that the world of professional wrestling is chaotic, and you have to run with it, because it's not going to stop.
Well, and when you're a promoter, you don't want to sit there. I mean, Kokomo's had to wait a while because they was having trouble to finding a venue.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if I'm somebody close to Kokomo, I can't put myself on hold.
No, you
Yeah.
can't because
Or, vice versa. So I mean, you just gotta. Sometimes you just gotta book your show and be you and so I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand
I
that.
understand that too. I just think a little bit better communication and it improves everything.
We had that.
It absolutely does. I think they're genuinely and maybe
I
this
think
is
you're
something
seeing it
maybe this
more.
is something I'll work on like on just on my end or just on the side or something. It's just a hub for Midwest independent wrestling to coordinate events around each other for more communication. Maybe it's something that we can work on in the future. Maybe it's something that definitely we can coordinate with guys like me, you, House. Maybe that's something that we can create if the system wants it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Marcus Fine says it makes fans have to choose, run separate nights so we can be at both.
Yeah.
Or like this week though, you got Lafayette in the daytime, and you got
Kokomo in the evening.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That makes it nice.
It does work. And look at me out there. I'm just getting reps out, and just doing my thing because I don't know if Jordan doesn't know if he's very good at this sometimes, but like he's getting out there and he's trying, right? So like, as long as people help me to, stay marvelous, I'm happy with it.
Well, I'll tell you this, in my opinion, you're one of the best managers we've seen in the state of Indiana. So keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, sir. I think that means a lot. That means a whole hell of a lot, actually.
I think you and House are the best. You and House are the best two we've seen.
Yeah, definitely.
That is saying a lot because there's a lot of guys out there that have come before us and been doing their thing, and like I don't want to overshadow them, but yeah, like
I'm gonna put this out there, Mike King. We need to see the curator in DCCW sometime.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
That has definitely been a thing that has been in the works. Mike King has reached out to me, but unfortunately our schedules have not coordinated correctly.
Yeah.
But mind you, sure enough, I will be in DCCW because I love that vibe. We met there as I was studying. Basically, I was going there to learn and going there to grow, and like I've learned from there, and I can't wait to curate for the people of DCCW. So
yeah,
that will come.
Yeah, like you said, House has got a great mind. Mike King's got a great mind for wrestling. He really does.
Yes.
His booking of the shows are fantastic. Another one over in Indy, JKO. His mind for wrestling is fantastic. So
yes,
and of course he's at DCCW also. So you really got some good minds there to learn from. Yeah, definitely. And,
absolutely.
And I tell you, I was impressed. Kokomo is to me a little bit more old school, but I really liked it. I like the vibe that they have, and so I really enjoyed that show. I know that at that show we went to, there were some younger wrestlers. There was a couple of wrestlers. It was their first match. And I was even shocked that because I thought they did pretty well. And but I really like the old school vibe that Kokomo has. I think it's a little different than some of the other places. So I really like that.
Definitely. Shout out to Shane Calser. He really did institute or has instituted something for people to learn, to grow, and like some of it was some wrestlers' first matches. I got my first match for first time in AACW. I'm very new to this scene as far as this manager thing goes, and as far as wrestling things goes. Again, I'm not a wrestler. You guys saw me out there wrestling, but I am just a man that had to show the people. have no problem doing what I need to do to make sure the job gets done, to make sure things get done. You know, how can I lead if people don't understand that I can fend and protect myself as well? You know, you guys have seen that, but can't say enough about Shane. He's given people an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to train, and an opportunity to really get an idea of how professional wrestling is to get yourself jump started.
Yeah. How hard is it to even get an opportunity?
I mean, you have to with Shane with AACW.
Just anywhere. I mean, I don't think it's that easy, is it?
No, everything takes work. I started just putting rings up. I found out that there was wrestling shows going on, and I just said, "Hey, can I come help? You know, put rings up and just like do this stuff," because I was absolutely loved wrestling into everything, and just was shocked that we had an indie scene opened up here. So I was just like, let me be a part of this. So I started doing that. I never intended to actually be like on the mic doing stuff, riling up people. That was never really my intention. I just wanted to be a part of wrestling a little bit because like it had gotten me out of a dark time, genuinely.
Like now, like say now, like since you've been branching out to some other promotions, is it hard to branch out because there's only so many spots available? So can that make it hard to get an opportunity?
Yes and no. I'm not gonna. So people see me out there. I am co-host of In Your House podcast with Hollywood House. But I am also co-host of the Kokomo Press podcast.
Another good podcast. Go watch it.
Completely different version of myself there. If you just want to laugh, and we introduce you to artists, whether they're musicians, actual artists, tattooists, hairstylists. We introduce magicians. We introduce you to people in our area and around us that are doing great things to erase the stigma that there's nothing to do here in Kokomo or nothing to do here in the Midwest. Because I know like that's been the vibe for a long time. I feel like we get slept on here in the Midwest. So again, check out the Kokomo Press podcast, see some great people doing some great things, maybe to inspire you to do more things or to put yourself out there in things. But I think doing those sorts of things and also being a part of AACW, it has helped me. I have a unique experience, a unique path that I have taken into this world of professional wrestling. I don't, because again, I'm not a wrestler. I have trained. I have bumps, obviously, and things like that. But I do not consider myself a professional wrestler. I am just a manager. Not saying just a manager. I am the manager of managers. I am an influencer. I am the marvelous Mr. Bell. Look at me. Wouldn't you follow me? You should. But my journey has been unique. So I've had people hit me up out of the blue just because they've seen like videos that I've put out or promos that I've put out, and the work that I've put out. I think my work rate has spoke for itself as to like, okay, what my mind is for the business, also where my head is at for the business, and things like that. So I don't like to brag on myself too much. Jordan doesn't like to brag about himself too much. Marvelous Mr. Bell is different, but I think people just seeing that, like, I've had offers, I've had people, come to me, I've opportunities come. Like I said, I'll be taking my first out of state booking here in Michigan on April 22nd for 4S Wrestling. And if you guys remember a few weeks ago, they made news. They started trending for Radmir Rasputin, the random wrestler dude that just showed up.
Yeah.
But they have an absolute great promotion. I've been following some of the guys there. To get into the wrestling business, my journey has just been to just be myself and to show people what I can do, and try not to just and try to let them know that, like, hey, these are my services. This is what I can do. This is what I can offer. What do you think of this? And people have responded to that.
You've put yourself out there. You can't. Some guys seem like wrestlers seem to sit on their hands, and I'm not putting nobody down, but they think that just going out performing is enough. And I don't, especially with social media, I don't think it is anymore. I think you got to put yourself out there as much as possible to get booked in other places. Because
earlier, Mr. House said that myself and he are sports entertainers, and that is nail in the head. I'm not a wrestler. I'm not a wrestler's wrestler. I will not go out there and do chain wrestling or anything like that with you. I will go defend myself, and I will go probably find a trash can lid and hit you with it, or go jump behind my Hawaiian Hitman or my alpha athlete Christopher Owens or Travis Southern, or when he recuperates from his injury, the freight train Brody Bodkins. I will let them do those things. But sorry, I lost myself in that.
No, but
it happens.
The thing is, the main thing you have to do, I don't care if you're a wrestler or what you're, any kind of performer, what we be doing podcasting, any of that, you got to put yourself out there, and then you have to take advantage.
That's it.
Take advantage of the opportunities that you're given.
You know who's going to promote you? You. That's who's going to promote you the most. And if people don't understand that, people don't realize that, people don't put themselves out there. It's cool if you wrestle and you do cool moves, right? But if nobody sees that, and if that's your goal, you're missing the mark. And that is not to cast shade to anyone. That is not to talk shit. I am an individual that understands. I've understood and grasped how social media works, so I've used it to my advantage. And I think maybe people may look at me as if maybe my path is not the right path, but it's my path, and you can't take it from me, and it's working, and it's working because I'm marvelous. It's working because you see it, so.
Because like our path is kind of similar to yours, because if it wasn't for guys like Mike King and Hollywood House, we wouldn't be as far. Oh, I don't think we'd be as far as long as we are now. I know we wouldn't have had all the opportunities that we've had to be at different shows if it wasn't for, if it wasn't for that.
Well, I think early on you guys saw that, hey, getting yourself out there, just, putting yourself out there, showing these guys, hey, I can be an asset to you, was going to be bring you longevity in the long run for this. And, people see that. It's not a joke. You need people like us. You need people like me to go out there and to talk the most talk, to get people interested, to give people visual aids why they need to come to see this show. And then you, as a wrestler, wrestlers out there, you need to show out and give people a reason why they need to stay there. My job is to help bring people there, right? Word of mouth, hey, I'm the kid on the corner. I am. You need to come see this because this is marvelous. That is my job. I may change my name in the future to the Marvelous Media Mogul. Everyone has to know their roles and their places, and I think once people kind of learn that and learn their lane in a sense, and learn their strengths more so, it's better for the industry. It's better for them. But yeah, I don't think there's any wrong way to get into anything. I think there's a stigma, and there's past stigmas as to the right way to do things. Even in my journey, I still want to go to training school to 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 give wrestling the utmost appreciation and the utmost respect that I can. But this is the journey now, and we're gonna take it somewhere.
I know you. I know you go to some seminars and stuff. We had a chance to go to
Anyone
one.
I can.
We had a chance to go to one, and if I don't know if you'll, how many more they'll do, but if you get a chance, the Rock and Roll Express.
I was sad to miss that one
Dude,
because
it was awesome.
I absolutely know that was. I was the utmost sad to miss that, but yeah, if you can get yourself out there, do seminars, do thing,
like even us as commentators, I learned stuff by going to that seminar. I mean, we learned by going to that seminar.
You're going to, because it's the more you pick up on the business and the more you pick up on how can I use my assets to help the business we're all doing this for a reason, because we all have passion for it.
Want to do my job to better the product.
Yeah, absolutely. So I highly go to any seminar that you can, because be a sponge, man. Just be a sponge and take those opportunities and take those chances that if you fiscally can, don't go breaking yourself if you can't. If you got to feed yourself or your kids or, things like that, do things responsibly as you can, because there's ways to make yourself here in levels, right? It's like real life creative player. And I hate putting it like that, but that's what it is, because there's different levels to all shit.
Yep.
Well, the thing I was shocked about that Ricky Morton, when he was talking to Chris, that you could go down to his school for free.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yes, that's why he told Chris and said that you learn every aspect of the business, the production, everything. You will learn how to do everything, because if he needs something done and somebody's not there, then you might be stepping in and taking their place. So you learn everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And as it should be,
I want to go. I just got to figure out when I can, because being down in Tennessee, and I definitely want to try to go some.
Absolutely.
But that's why I told him. He actually give Chris, I don't know if it was his phone number. He gave him a phone number. I know whose exactly phone number it was. I don't remember. Chris may know. But and told him to call and said that it was absolutely free.
I would be jumping on that chance. I mean, I don't know how much Shoot Life, interacts with that, or things like that. I would have to heavily consider that, because Shoot Life, home life comes first always. You got to make sure you can take care of your children. Curate repairs about the kids. So.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be getting down there when I can.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be an opportunity of a lifetime. And see, you have to take those chances. You have to take those opportunities that you can, and any opportunity you can to learn in this business if that's what you want to do. Like, why wouldn't you take it? Why would you make an excuse for?
Chris, did you see that post?
Yeah, that's what I put it up there. Marcus Fine said that Jimmy Valiant has his place open every Sunday, and it's also free.
Oh wow! Yeah. Hell yeah.
And Jimmy Valiant, outstanding talent. I mean, it's outstanding.
Where is that located at, Mr. Fine? You know that, because I'm not sure.
I do not. I don't know where Jimmy Valiant's located nowadays.
Yeah, that's important information. We need to spread that out there.
That's all I'm saying.
Maybe
make sure more people know about that.
Yeah. And maybe also, if we can get more people over there, man, give Mr. Valiant some proceeds to that. So
yeah,
he was a huge talent in the late 60s and 70s and 80s, 90s. I mean, I think he still has wrestled some matches here recently, and he's got to be probably close to 80 years old, I would say.
Yeah, student of the game, sir. You're not. Yeah, I understand.
He said, I think North Carolina, Boogie Camp.
Boogie Camp. Okay, that's something definitely to check out. I mean, to go down there and stay overnight on a Saturday and go to the Sunday. That would be interesting.
Yeah. That absolutely would.
Oh yeah, anything I can do to learn more, I'm all about it. That's all I like. And Hollywood House probably don't even know how much it meant, but like that a couple weeks ago, we were at WTF for their last show, The Best, and Paragon was there.
Yeah.
Hollywood got there. He was there, got there a little after the event started. But after the show, he came over, and hell, we probably stood and talked to him for what, 30, 40 minutes, Dad?
Yeah, at least.
And just picking his brain a little bit, and just doing that stuff, you learn. I like talking to anybody, any of the guys like that I can talk to.
Absolutely. Khan is a real one. And, he and I talk almost every day in some capacity. And, whether it's, encouraging each other on, what we got going on, or we're talking about show details, or Shawsville, Virginia.
It's in Virginia.
Okay, I might have to run through Virginia. As long as it's not West Virginia. I'm not a fan of West Virginia. West Virginia, 2 out of 10, do not recommend. The curator cares about you, I promise. But anything you can ever do to learn, grow more, like I'm saying, it as long as it doesn't interfere with shoot life, or if it can help your shoot life, you have to weigh those options. So
yep. No, I completely agree. Well, before we get out of here, I want you to plug all your stuff. Tell people where they can find the Marvelous Mr. Bell out.
Oh, all right. Let me go get Mr. Marvelous Mr. Bell. Hold on just a second. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my name is the Marvelous Mr. Bell, and you can find me everywhere that anyone is, pretty much in life. Look at Curator Bell. Look, I made it easy for you plebes to follow me. It's Curator Bell. Look, I know you may have to ask Siri how to spell curator, but you can get it. It's also in the corner of me right there. Right? Yeah.
Yep,
right there. Yeah. So it's at Curator Bell, where there's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you have. More importantly, put a lot of good work to showcase a lot of good people on the Kokomo Press podcast. You can find that on YouTube. It's Kokomo Press podcast, or I'm sorry, it's at Kokomo Press on YouTube. The Kokomo Press on YouTube. You can also find that on Apple, Google, Stitcher, and anywhere you want to hear. But check out the Kokomo Press. Check out the Kokomo Press on Facebook. We are there to make you laugh. We give you satirical jokes. We sometimes we try to pull the rug up under your eyes with some bait and switches, but we are there just to help you get through this crazy life. But you can also find me find you on the In Your House podcast, co-hosting with the director Alicon House. Can't give enough love to that man right there. You can find us weekly, usually dropping on Thursdays, on Tuesdays or Thursdays, but you can find us weekly. We are putting a lot of love and a lot of energy. I'm curating so much content for In Your House, so come join us. Come in the house. Come talk with us in the house as we have a great conversation. I am all over the place. People probably get tired of seeing my face, but I'm marvelous. Why wouldn't you want to keep looking at me?
Yeah, hey, you have to be everywhere. That's
Yeah.
I feel like that. Man, I feel like that because I'll feel like when I'm sharing stuff, I'm like, man, these people are probably tired of seeing G.W.R, GSR, and Easy Money stuff.
No, keep it coming. You know,
Yep.
always tag the marvelous Mr. Bell. GSR always has a home with the marvelous Mr. Bell. I will always share and create, and you know, maybe we can curate some collaborations here in the future with in your house. Maybe we can curate some collaborations even with Kokomo Press in a capacity.
Yep.
You know, we have so many things going on. You know. Sorry. Hold on. Let me pause real quick. Marvelous Mr. Bell forgot to mention a few things. You know, Jordan is also. I am also an actor on a show called Canary Currency. The local artist scene here in Kokomo is thriving and is growing. We are doing amazing things. We have the show on Amazon Prime called Canary Currency, and we want everyone to check it out because there's a lot of great people putting a lot of great work into it. You can also find it on Tubi, and I believe it's coming to Apple TV here soon, but go check that out. The curator has so many hands into so many things. Like, I could keep going on for probably another hour with the amount of content that I put out, but you know, as long as everybody follows the @curator or @curator Bell, you will find it. You know, it'll come to you. So
you're always welcome to tag me or GSR in any of your stuff, and I'll always share it and help get it out there for you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Don't forget also this Saturday you got 2 wrestling shows.
Yeah. That. Look, this Saturday I will be at BMFX in Lafayette. I will be representing my client, my alpha, Christopher the Alpha Athlete Owens at BMFX as he goes on a tear to show the people of BMFX why he deserves the gold. Then I will also be back with AACW representing Gold Standard as I take my title back, I'm going to try to take my job back from the stupid hog farmer because he just took stuff from me. But I'm sorry, I digress.
Yeah, fans definitely go to the AACW show. It's the first one of 2022. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. It's going to be a fantastic show. It's got Marvelous Mr. Bell and a bunch of other great stars. Definitely go check it out.
Yes.
And
yes.
also go check out BMFX as well. They put on a great product put out a great product, and they every event they do is for some kind of charity as well. So it's a great thing to go support there in Lafayette, Indiana.
Hey, check it out. Hey, go support indie wrestling.
Yep.
Just go support indie wrestling. There's so many shows this weekend. Look, I'm a part of 2 of them, right? There's so many shows this weekend. Go support indie wrestling because there's a lot of people putting out and curating a lot of love and passion, and they're just telling their love stories. Go support them because, you know,
if you're around,
we love wrestling.
If you can get to the Jeffersonville, Indiana area on Saturday, there's a big show, Flex for Bubba 2. It's for a kid that has epilepsy. He's already had like 3 brain surgeries and has to have like 3 or 4 more. And this is a big show to try to help him out. So if you can make it down there, we'll be down there streaming it live. Hoping to have maybe an interview this week with the boy and his dad on the show.
Yeah,
we're working on that, but it's for a great cause. If you can support it, please do so.
Definitely.
Rikishi's going to be at that show, so that'll be really cool also. So hopefully people in that area can go check it out.
Absolutely.
All right, let me go through my little spill real quick. You can find us weekly. We have a pro wrestling podcast, G.W.R. Gonzo's Wrestling Room. New episodes drop every Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time on Apple Podcast, Anchor Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast. Most places you listen to podcasts, you can find it at Gonzo's Wrestling Room. Or if you would like to watch the video version, you can find the video version on the Gonzo Sports Room YouTube page. And it drops there every Sunday at 9 as well. Plus, we have our live sports betting show at 3 p.m. Eastern daily. and that's now also on the All Sports All Plays ASAP network. It's on like 9 of their channels and still our 3 channels. So check us out there.
Definitely
we got GSR
doing
11 p.m. on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Our sports talk show. We do it at 11 at night now. New time change. We just appreciate all the support. Follow us on social media. If you need to find out anything about independent wrestling, check out our page. We promote almost every show that's in Indiana. We make sure to try to get it out there. So,
what he said.
Yep. Well, I wish more
Shay Counselor told me to take a breath.
I wish more promoters would reach out to us, even if they don't want to be on the show. Because not everybody wants to get on and speak. Or just let us know about the show and we'll promote it. We don't, even if you don't want to be, do an interview or, at least we can do is promote the show. I mean,
absolutely.
Just for us to, we don't have to come and stream your show live for us to promote your show. We're just here. We're trying to help independent wrestling grow, and I mean that's what we're trying to do.
You guys are important to independent wrestling, and like I think we curated an absolutely marvelous conversation here. And man, I can't thank you guys enough for what you guys are doing. Of course, yeah. And if there's anything the marvelous Mr. Bell can help in the future to help promote any show that's going on, I don't have to be a part of the show. Look, I love wrestling. I love professional wrestling. And I'm trying to curate change for the culture of professional wrestling. People will just open up their ears and listen. But
we'll probably hit you up. Me and Chris has got something going maybe in December, hopefully.
Absolutely.
That we're working on kind of big to give back to fans of wrestling. And so we may hit you up for that.
Good deal. Sounds great.
We'll let you know. We're going to start working on it here. We're just waiting for Mike Keene to get done with a couple things that he's got big things going on right now. And then we're going to try to get put together. So.
Gotcha.
Keep your eye out for the marvelous Mr. Bell. He has big things coming. Keep your eye out for G.W.R, G.S.R. We have big things coming.
And definitely go to that AACW show and BMFX shows this weekend.
Hey, they got great talent. It's a family over there. I highly recommend go check it out.
Yep. Both shows.
You have anything else, Curator?
Look, I have said enough.
I appreciate you joining us. You're welcome back anytime.
Yeah, definitely.
So I mean, if I hadn't got a hold of you, you think it's been too long, just get a hold of me. You're more than welcome to come on. Like I said, we'll get something together with the Hollywood Household Productions and G.W.R.
Yeah. I think we'll make that G.W.R. In your house co-op thing. We'll make it a thing. So we'll curate something. So we'll be in touch. Thank you again. I appreciate the offer, or I appreciate the opportunity to be on here. I appreciate the opportunity for you letting me talk about AACW because it is very important to me. So everyone, please come out this weekend. I have said enough, so I will shut up now because I have to save my breath. I have to save my words. I have to save my things for Saturday to entertain.
Cool.
I have one more thing before we get out of here. Almost forgot. Here in an hour, we'll be live again with the G.W.R. and DCCW combined Coon Dog's Corner. We'll have a big announcement about April 16th, the Bearcat Rumble. So make sure you join us at 7:00 tonight to find out some important news about that. Should be a great show. It's always Coon Dog's Corner gets better as we get closer to the show. So I expect this to be one of the better ones with the show only being about a couple weeks away.
Yep.
Oh, I can't wait. I will have to check that one out.
And that show, just to let everybody know, is to raise money for the Muncie Wrestling Club here in Muncie, Indiana. It's for the high school team. It's also for the youth program, which I help coach as well. AJ Bradley coaches over there. He's a great guy. The money goes for a great cause. So if you can support that show on the 16th, please do so.
And all the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds go to the wrestling club. That's shirt sales, concession sales, everything goes to the wrestling club. So it's a really good deal.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. We will see you guys here in about an hour. You guys know where to follow the curator at. Have a great evening. Stay safe. Peace.